Okay. Share screen. We all good?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Move you guys around. Oh, I always forget to do my little cursor. Hang on, let me find that real quick. There we go. Okay. Yes, we could start with Wendell and then work our way back. You know what? Yeah, and then maybe we'll go to Paula because her stuff's been here for a while. She's been back east.
Nice.
Okay, this is just a little chapel up at San Javier that I happened to be up there one evening and got this. It's straight Photoshop processing, nothing too unusual. The biggest challenge was in the lower left there. I had a really bright sun in that area. I had to fuss with that a little bit, use some cloning to bring down the whites. But other than that, just bringing up shadows a little, and that was it. And then the frame is topaz. So not
Nice balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering about what do you guys think of this light area up here?
oh yeah,
Maybe just tone the very edge of
yeah,
it. You know,
yeah,
I think that'll keep you in the shot a little more.
yeah. One thing I liked is these loops in the fence there kind of mirrored the curves at the top of the little
Oh, yeah.
campanile there.
Why don't I do not recognize that fence. You're taking that from the front of the church, right?
Yes, off
Huh.
to the, as you face the church to the left, that's the little.
It's one off by the restrooms, right? As you go in that courtyard.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's off to
Okay.
your left. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like the matting and everything else. It works out real nice.
Yeah, I did use a more of a textured matte than usual, and then just picked almost a wood color frame. So that topaz frame thing is a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing is some repeats here. I guess the image is from here to here, and it's repeating on the ends. I wonder if you scale this image bigger, if it
Oh,
get rid of that stuff in the future. If not, you can just clone a little bit enough to make it not look like it's flipping over, and I don't think anybody would notice it.
yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
Spots here, but yeah, this one caught my eye first, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, let's see the next one here.
Okay, that also San Javier, just one of the windows at the back. This one I did most of the work in Photoshop, but then went and used topaz, the line and ink filter that they have, or look, that seemed to just give a little more crisp edges on things.
Right.
It didn't do too much to change the colors or anything, although it did make them a little more strong, I think. But that was just something that I did. Like the combination of the cactus and the window and the bar.
So you're getting this cool reflective light in there naturally, and it had a little bit more modeling in it.
Yeah, that was a 90-degree wall that I guess picked up the light differently.
Yeah, looks like it's reflective light from the sky or something. But
yeah,
and then you see a little bit of it here in the shadows too. I was just wondering if that particular look enhanced it a little bit.
no, I didn't really. Well, yes, I think the topaz did boost that a little more than it was in the original. And
Okay.
Actually, I did this for black and white, and I did one more thing. I made that corner between the two walls vertical. I had to do a little cloning on that, but
Mhm.
I don't know that it hurts to lean, but the way it did, that was just the perspective, I think, from the angle of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the color's beautiful, but
Mhm.
the lean is a little distracting.
Yeah, well, yeah, I probably should have gone back and done it on this also.
Yeah, and again, as we've discussed in the past, if you go into Photoshop, you can easily do that with a distort.
Yeah.
Let's just do that real quick here. So, since it's a background, it's locked, so you just click the lock and it'll open as a layer. And then if you, I use a shortcut, but if you do edit transform, which you can find here, retransform, the shortcut is Command T, which I guess is ingrained in my brain because I do it so often. And then anywhere inside, if you right click, it'll give you all the different things you can do here. So
Oh,
maybe we just try skew first. And then what I would do is if you hold your shift key down, it'll keep it going straight in, either in this direction or this direction, or maybe even a 45. But if you just grab that point and hold the shift key down, you can just pull it up. There you go.
oh, okay.
Take the other one.
What a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it is keystoning over here, but I don't think it's enough to bother anybody. And then if you go back, you hit the Command T again, you can just make it a little bigger to get rid of any
Oh, yeah.
spill that you might have from pulling. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use your arrow keys to get it where you want it. And there you go. And it looks like
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole lot easier than the way I did it, which involved making a triangular.
That's why I
selection.
brought it up, because
Yeah, it
cloning is
is.
a real pain in the butt. So you'll know for next time.
Yeah,
All righty.
Ooh.
okay. This is a view that I have seldom seen of the church taken from that little hill to the east.
Mhm.
This one, well, like everything else, started out in Photoshop, did some straightening and cropping, but then went to the Topaz soft features. Some of the details were not that sharp on it, so I used the Topaz soft features to kind of give it more of a painterly look and make it look natural, to not be too crisp and sharp. And it also, I think, gave nice tone to the everything. A little watercolor look, I guess.
Mhm.
That's nice. What time of day was this at, Wendell?
This one was more midday. It was
Midday.
a different trip.
So they obviously they've got that hill opened back up again then. Because it was they had it blocked for quite a while.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah.
And-
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's-
this was probably taken maybe 10 years ago or so.
Oh, okay. This
Yeah.
is all
Yeah,
okay.
it wasn't recent. And
Does
by the
anybody
way,
know if the scaffolding has come down?
It is, yeah, the scaffolding's down.
That's-
Last time I was there, it's really nice. They just hadn't opened the hill up yet.
Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know.
When was that, Kim?
Oh, it's been probably at least a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay. Good to know.
by the way, the chapel that I showed in the first photo is right there to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And had to do a little touch up. There was a framework up on the lower roof to the right there. I don't know if it had been for Christmas lights or what it was up there for. It didn't quite look like scaffolding, but anyway, I had to spend a lot of time cloning and healing, brush that thing out.
Mhm.
that was another reason for going to the soft features. There was some little discoloration or mottled look behind that, so I fixed that with topaz.
It's nice you got some people here for scale.
Yeah, that did. In fact, the one to the lower left there, I intentionally left in kind of add a little movement to the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks good. It's like the lights further south. Yeah. Southeast. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is angles galore. This was someplace up around the Civic Center in Scottsdale. And there was this roof. And at the time, some of us in the black and white group were looking for shadow pictures like this. And so I found the mother lode of shadows, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's hardly something I'd print and put on the wall, but it's just kind of a fun picture.
Yeah.
And it's actually done, again, Photoshop for the initial work. And then topaz, there's a color sketch too that gave it kind of a oil painting look that wasn't too extreme.
Mhm.
It's nice how angled and straight almost all of the man-made stuff is, and then you have that natural plant in there.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's a nice contrast.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like it, Wendell.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like how the lines converge and make triangle shapes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Makes it just a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. This cross hatching is interesting too. And then you've got
Yeah.
reflective color here that I guess the effect from topaz picked up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of funny. Well, I know the leaves of the plant are much more mottled and not as sharp as the original, but I guess that picked up that too.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Good one.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh, neat.
wow.
That's beautiful. That's fun.
Yeah, this
Wow.
was actually in the same area up there in Scottsdale. There's a little dining and shopping area, and I just liked the colors they used and the shapes, and it looked pretty good as a straight photo. But I did go to the topaz expressionism to get rid of some of the finer details and just make things like that yellow, what I guess is the menu board for the restaurant or something, make it look a little nicer. And the plants look better, I think, on the left side there. So that's since I was mainly looking for the shapes and the colors, I think the expressionism worked pretty well.
Looks really good.
So
Was that red in the little upper plant there? Or did you add that?
I
On the
don't
left.
know. Yeah, that might have been. I don't have the original in front of me. I don't remember seeing it there, but there must have been something for the program to pick up. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat.
There's a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Very nice. And the nice thing is it gave most of the movement to the organic and the shadows and not much to the buildings and the man-made stuff, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this case, the halo effect kind of works to your advantage.
Yeah, it makes it stand out nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
Now, what causes that halo effect?
Oh, that came out of the expressionism filter or thing that that Topaz has. I think I don't know what it looked like before, but I'm pretty sure that came from the effect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I know it happens sometimes when we manipulate in Photoshop trying to darken a background or something
Hmm.
like the sky.
The overall look is just fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just fun. Fun colors, fun shapes.
Mhm.
Really nice.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye at the time I took the picture, and then liked it the way it came out this way. It was taken with a little point and shoot camera some time ago, a JPEG. So it probably didn't manipulate quite the way the raw file would have if I'd had it.
I like your angle that you chose too.
Yeah. Well, it probably was about the best angle to get everything in that I wanted.
Hmm.
Yep, very nice. For some reason, the polar coordinate came with the rest of these. I guess you could talk
Oh,
about that too.
okay, yeah, well, we can talk to that later, I guess.
We'll discuss in detail later, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for those who didn't see this before, it's something I made up after learning about polar coordinates in Photoshop as a distortion tool. And I just went looking for a reason to use it. And this is the one I'm going to talk about afterwards with Sandy for the speaker series. But anyway, that's what I conceived as like a piece of jewelry made up from a variety of bar pictures.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
There it is.
Looks like a big smile in the middle.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking that Alan might have been the person that showed some of these abstract things that you can distort in Photoshop that led me to look at this. I don't remember who had one, but that might have been where I
Yeah.
got started on this idea.
Yeah, I distorted a few.
No doubt.
Mhm.
Okay, well, thanks for bringing those in. All right. Well, Paula, let's go over what you have. And
Oh, cute.
are you unmuted, Paula?
I think she's muted.
Yes,
There we go.
I'm not sure when I took this. I think it was on a trip to Florida. Most everything that I did here was done in Lightroom.
Hmm.
And the only thing, I probably should have cloned this area. I'm not particularly happy with that.
Which area are you talking about?
Around the edge of this tail where it's so much lighter.
Over in here?
Nope, up at the top.
Up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to clone it. You could probably tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go through that pretty quick. I'm going to use Camera Raw just because I'm not importing anything into Lightroom. I've had issues with it before, but basically they work the same. Some of the tools are in different places, but they all work similarly. So let's go to Camera Raw here. And this little icon is the same as you would see in Lightroom for local masking. And if we grab that and then just grab a brush, that's one way to do it. Another way would be to pick the color, but let's just take a brush here and we'll auto mask it and just kind of stay with that yellow. Let's spill over a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit the Option key and get rid of the excess there. Okay. So I'm using a blue color on my mask. That's why it looks so odd. And then what I would do is maybe just try taking the highlights down a bit and the whites first. It's going to get a little dirty. So to counteract that, you can bring the color temperature up. But since everything's blue here, rather than going more yellow, let's try going more blue. Maybe not quite that much. You can even throw a little green in there if you want. And then down here, I would just take the saturation down a bit. There we go. And then I would just, let's see here, turn the auto mask off and just kind of bring the flow down and just feather that edge a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So before and after.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how
All
you,
right, I'll work on that.
yeah, and you can do that in Lightroom. Just use your local masking and select a brush.
Terrific.
Okay. Okay. I like the composition. It works out nice. The only other thing I'm thinking is maybe you can bring up a little more detail in his eye.
Okay,
If they do use the same effect where you just create a mask, and if you already have this one, just create a new mask, take a brush and just do this area here.
all righty.
And then you can mess around with shadow detail and blacks and whites. Just be careful you don't go too far; it'll start getting kind of hollow, and
Mhm.
blacks will get gray. So, yeah, just watch for that. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute. That's nice.
Yeah, I use Lightroom to lighten her face a little bit and to bring out some of the water and the shadow
Mhm.
details.
Nice. What do you think about maybe darkening this up so she stands off a little bit more?
Well, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea
Okay.
because I've got this trim to offset it.
Mhm. Okay, so again, if we grab this local masking, and this time I would just take a linear gradient and just kind of follow the shape there. And you don't want it on her, so there's a area where that back here. If you subtract, you can subtract any number of these things. We're going to
Yeah.
subtract the people, or you could do subject. Let's try subject to see if it grabs it right. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
And then you can go in and do what you like here. You would take some of the highlight down, some exposure down just a little bit. Just kind of darken it up. Now, in this case, you might want to warm it up a little bit. So let's add a little bit of yellow, maybe a little bit of magenta, not too much. And I'm seeing I'm getting a shift here, so I can grab this and maybe pull it down a little more. There we go. I think that mixes a little better. Maybe we'll take the exposure up just a little bit. Something like that.
Sure.
Okay. The other thing you might want to do is you've got a fair room to spread this out a little bit. You can play with clarity a little bit overall.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I like to use is dehaze, but see how it moves it toward the shadows?
Yep.
This area up here. Yeah, you gotta just watch that you don't go too far. As soon as you see that triangle come on, that means you're
Mm-hmm.
plug things up. But maybe somewhere in here, and then you can take your saturation down just a little bit and play with your vibrance. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll help you out.
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, pretty.
Oh, wow.
That was taken a few years ago in Hawaii.
Which island?
Oahu.
Uh-huh.
Is that Diamond Head?
No, I don't think so. But
No, it's a little too round on top. Isn't it? Yeah, is this on the North Shore
you know, I don't remember.
or? I know that one. Where did this come from? Great. It's a nice composition though. I like the cool and the warm and greens. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I did darken the sky a little bit and
Mhm.
bring out some of this.
Now you could force the eye forward a little bit by making the mountain and the sky a little hazier if you wanted to.
Mhm.
You know, that's an option. Other than that, I don't think I'd do anything.
Would you darken
you.
the foreground just a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little more, but
Mhm. My eye just gets stuck there.
I kind of
Yeah.
bounce back and forth between there and there.
Yeah,
Sure,
I wanna
yeah.
keep
Over here.
going. Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah, okay, yeah,
kind
that's,
of brings me this way, but yeah, it's up to you. I would probably clean up some of these brown leaves since you got such nice stuff going on here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice.
Gorgeous.
Nice.
and this was taken a few years ago as well, back in Maine.
That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice. Is that like a 4 or 5 second exposure or less?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
did slow it down.
Tripod?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Good.
There
Yeah.
you got the colors and the water and the nice composition.
I think I would think about maybe is this railing, but then again,
Yeah, I thought about taking that out.
yeah, I mean, if there was a person there, it would make sense, but since there isn't, maybe
Yeah.
just work this out. And try and leave that in, you know, if you leave a little of the black there, no one's gonna know what it is if you get rid of the rest.
Right, yeah, I can work on that.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing those in.
No problem.
Forward to seeing some more. Paul is new to the group, so it's a nice start.
I'm just learning.
Excellent. Thanks. All right, let's go to Maureen.
Well, don't get them all, like, just get the first, I'm trying to think how many. There should be like 10, the first 10.
All
They
right,
should be like a before and after.
6, 8, 10. All right. Yeah, I did some, you know, where I hit it. Yeah, let's try those first, and if there's more, we'll get them.
Oh, that's an old one. Okay, that's one I wanted to talk about, so we can skip that one. The next two,
Right.
they kind of jumbled up, didn't they? Okay, this is for today. So that's the before
Mhm.
and then the after.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
And there was a topaz filter, and then I did a black and white and then blended some of the color back in so it would have a real soft look.
Mhm.
Really good. Yeah.
And I like the vertical treatment to it,
Oh, thank you.
the narrowness of it.
I had to do a lot of cleanup on the horse because he had mud all over his neck and shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't going to clean that up, but no amount of topaz could make that look good. So I had to go back and clean it up. And then I had to take that one weed that's underneath his eye off as well, because I thought that was kind of distracting.
Mm-hmm.
So I took
I
that.
like the branches. The treatment you did with the branches behind them is really nice.
Well,
Okay.
that's topaz.
Yeah, looks good.
Yes, thank you.
Is this a wild horse? Right?
It's a what?
Is it a wild horse?
No, 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 just a yearling, out in pasture. There's a bunch of them.
Nice.
And then you can skip that one, the next one, and then go to the next two. Okay, this is the original.
Ooh,
And then this
Oh,
is
wow.
wow.
Nice.
what I did with
That
it
is
in
nice.
topaz. I did
Amazing.
I did a lot of stuff. And then again I put it into silver effects, and turned it black and white with a high key,
Mhm.
and then went back and played around with another just plain black and white adjustment layer, and brought in a little bit more of the pattern on her back and on her side, but you wouldn't really even know it was the same horse. It's so different
Yeah.
in
Really
the
good.
high key. I love what it did to her coat and gave you all those patterns that you just saw as a solid color originally.
Yeah, could you flip back to the before?
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
kind of dark, so you can't see
right.
what they're doing. But she's a solid, well, she's actually a tricolored paint and our Pinto. So her color is very solid, and yet it came out splotchy, which I really liked.
Yeah, go back again. That's very nice.
Then I had to go back and add some of the original texture back in the mane, because some of the topaz artistic filters leave like a halo around everything.
Yeah.
I'm getting really irritated with that.
Yeah.
Um,
There's other artifacts too, like if there's things coming around, it'll do the outside, but not in between, like you didn't pick that.
Yes, exactly. I had one I was working on today, and I did it a zillion times and never got it right.
No, you just gotta clone it and. play
Yeah,
it.
so I just had to go back and let some of the more of the original layer show through
Yeah. So
to bring that back
sometimes
in.
you gotta work for it. You get the effect and you say, well.
And I love what it did to the background. I used a new filter I had never used before in topaz, and used it in sometimes a blending mode and sometimes just change the opacity, and it's called soft sketch.
Yeah.
And I like what it does to the backgrounds. It makes them kind of really messy and interesting.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, this next one.
Yeah, that's the original.
Hmm.
That's the Dragoon Mountains.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe that's not, is that the original, or is that the, no, that's the second one. Okay, click the first one, or, okay, click the second one then. Okay, that is the original. Okay, the mountains look so distorted. I thought maybe that was the, so this is just using one of the painterly effects in topaz, and I did go back and pull some of the original mane back into this because it got too soft and dulled the color too much.
Mhm.
So I did go back and put a mask on the topaz filter and pulled some of that original mane back in and some of that nice highlighting.
Yeah. In fact, if you click real quick, you can watch just the main. It doesn't change much.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did, because I like the original mane.
Mhm.
I liked it a lot, and I thought about cropping it, but I just like the idea that she was just looking out into the universe, you know. And I didn't want to give her a tighter crop, but I think a vertical crop would be nice for that one too.
Well, kind of like the horizontal because it's almost like the way the borders of the framework, it's like a window, and she's got her nose over the edge of the bottom of the sill.
Yeah, and I was sorry. That's exactly how I took it. that I didn't get her whole nose, and
Mm.
that's
Oh,
just how I got
what's
it.
the advantage in this case? Sometimes it's like, ah.
I know. I was mad at myself. I went through, I always take 2 or 3 of the same shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're moving, and it's just really hard when they're moving to frame them up right.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're a little slower than birds. I was out Saturday and shot birds for a while. Boy,
Yeah, that's a challenge.
they keep you going.
Yeah, bird field trip, SIG. You should get together with that, Sandy.
Okay. All right.
And this is just a little colt
Oh,
around, and we brought them out of the pasture into the front garden, and I just thought it was cute to take a picture of him around the roses, because that's something you usually don't see. So this one I straightened. I took out, I left the
You want me to go to
mid
the
ground fence and took the railing behind it. There's like a another fence back there. I took it out.
Mhm.
And I did a topaz artistic filter on this. I can't remember which one. And then I went ahead and did that soft sketch on top of it to take some more of the color out, because he was pretty brightly colored. And I wanted him not to stand out quite so much.
Mhm.
Took him down. But I like the roses and the effect
Mhm.
of topaz did on the roses. It made them look quite a bit more painterly, and took the color down a little bit too.
Yeah, they're more dappled, which is nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Was there more?
I can't remember. There might be one more. Yeah, there's one more. Those two.
Let's take a picture
Yeah.
of these two here.
Those two.
Yeah, there you go.
This
Oh.
picture, I've always just loved the feel of it. It wasn't real clear because he moved, and you can even see the knee has moved in the photograph. It's got kind of like a X-ray look to it. So I went back and, with all the improvements that they're making, ran it through Topaz and did the adjust on it, brought out a little bit more of his eye, so it didn't look quite so kind of fuzzy or blurred. I wanted the mom to be really secondary and used more like a framing around him. So I didn't do a lot of work on her. This one, if you look around the ears, see how messy that topaz is?
Mhm.
So I've worked and worked today to try to take some of that off, but I ended up not using the artistic filter because of it doing that. It really bothers me when it puts all that stuff around their ears.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It happens with a lot of their filters is when you have a big contrast like this,
Mhm.
it's a painterly effect. It'll kind of, give you
Yeah,
a
exactly.
painting type of thing, but you may
Yeah.
not want it.
I don't want it, and they don't supply a mask.
These would be easy enough, I think, to clone out. I think you can mask it. In the worst case, you can, make it save it as a look if it's not a look, and then when you bring it back, the folder, even if it's the only thing in it, will have a mask available.
Oh, okay, that's a
So
good idea.
it's-
Yeah, I did go and mask the treatment off of the ear area in one, and that did help a bit.
Uh-huh.
But I like the effect on his face, the
Yeah.
painterly effect on the face and the mane. I just did not like how it did the ears, both her ears and his.
Yeah. Well, let's say we wanted to, I don't know. Maybe we want to blur that background some more. That might be it, just in this area here. And say this didn't have a mask, it does in this case, but
Mhm.
what you could do is, we've done this, well, let's see, save preset. Somewhere there's a save preset. Use this program more often. Here it is, save look. Okay. So let's just call this hold. Okay. All right. So now if we want to add this look, go into my looks, just look for cold. It's weird the way it kind of flips back and forth too when you move them. But all right, so here we're just going to apply that. See, now you've got a mask at the folder level.
Nice.
So you can go in there and just say, okay, I want to get rid of everything on him, but keep it in the background. So you just get yourself a brush, make sure edge wear's on, and just go do your thing. I'm being quick here, but yeah, you get the idea. And let me just take that transparency. Yeah. All right. Make it a little sharper, a little smaller. Yeah. There you go. Or actually, in this case, I'm just saying, in this case, if I invert this.
Package is crushed.
Okay. Thank you.
It's like it's made him awful
Yeah.
blurry.
Yeah. I've got this going backwards here. I think what's happening is I've got the focal on here twice. Let's turn that off. There we go. That's what was getting confusing. I had it on twice. So actually I could turn it on again and just toss it. There we go. There's a garbage can. Kiss that one goodbye. There, that's a little better. So now you can see it's going to need a little. It's also just that particular look distorts it a little bit too.
Boy, it sure does, doesn't it?
Interesting. Yeah. So I guess you have to paint even
But
more.
it looks like it makes his eye a lot bigger.
Well, that's where his eye is. It's actually looking a little smaller when it goes to distort it. All right, so let's go back here and turn this on. Oh, it looks like it went away. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. The more you add, the more it distorts it. Okay. So just paint it out of here and see what it does. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So if you had these on here, I would do the opposite. I would just paint it off the background, these areas, and do it with a transparency, not so full on. The further to the right, the less it does, and work it in that way.
Yeah, so it remains a little soft because the edges are soft.
Yeah, the other way would be to just clone them out, but
I have more work to do.
of course, it never ends.
I personally think if you zero in on that little colt's head, you'd have an awesome portrait shot. Yeah.
Or not include the mom.
Yeah.
Awful tight though.
Yeah, it would be awful tight.
Awful
I don't
tight.
know how big your resolution is, but you might not have much left. Okay, up to Kim. Thanks, Maureen.
Thank you guys.
Oh, nice.
This was a couple weeks ago. I went sunset hunting.
Mhm.
Out Pima Mine Road, east on Pima Mine Road.
Mhm.
Around by the intersection on to go to Sahuarita. And so over by the lights that are there. So I
Mhm.
just kind of pulled over my car and got out and just was taking pictures both looking east and west. This is actually looking east.
Hmm.
And then took it into Topaz and just brought out the detail and the plants a bit and the grasses. I wanted everything a little sharper looking instead of soft.
Mhm. Yeah, I like the way it's sharp and crisp, and then it fades into haze to give some.
Mhm.
depth.
Mhm.
It looks like you've got like the same problem I had. You've got a blue halo on the
Oh, no, I
left.
didn't even notice that till now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Topaz does that.
Huh.
You gotta watch it. It's
Yeah.
really irritating me this last 2 days.
Well, when you get something complex like this, that's where it starts to fall apart.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hadn't even noticed that. Yeah.
You know, that's an easy enough fix. You can just take a brush in Photoshop and change the hue
Uh-huh.
and just go in there and make it warm. This almost looks like a grave marker.
I thought it was too. I looked at it.
Yeah, boy, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think it was.
it's a glare, but,
Kind of
yeah,
made it a little more interesting.
so you go to Photoshop and just, get your brush tool up here. And I guess it's still on hue from the last time I worked with it, but it's still leaving it normal like it usually is. You can try hue or color. Let's try hue first. And gonna zoom in here and maybe get something in this range. And now it's going a little green. So then what you need to do is open it up and take it down toward the red instead of up toward the green. Try that. See if that's going to work better.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's open it.
I never would have thought of that. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So you can do that. Now, if you want to hit it a lot harder, you can go to color. Now, if you just do it straight, it's real intense. So,
Oh boy, yeah.
so if you take it down,
Yeah, I like it the first way. Yeah.
if you take it down to 10%.
Oh, it's about the same, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can work it in that way. And
Yeah, I
just
don't mind a little bit of that blue in there because you
Right.
can have that.
build it up.
Because you're getting that from the sunset anyway, some of that
Right.
blue,
Yeah,
that blue
that makes
purple.
it
And the same over here, you can.
much better.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Look
Yeah, I
different.
learned that one from retouching skin tones because you get all the reds and blotchiness and other things going on with skin tone. You want to even it out. You pick the prominent color and you just kind of knock them all out.
And what's your opacity on that?
10%.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
look real low. Yeah, you can do it that way. Leave your flow at 100%.
Nice.
Yeah,
100 is
Yeah.
too much.
Just enough.
Mhm.
yeah, just keep going over it. Every time you click, you get another 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of click, click, click till you get what you want.
Nice.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Oh,
This is up at Star Pass a couple weeks ago. This is the Bowen house on the Bowen Trail. And it was just a fun picture. I took this on my iPhone actually. Just the frame within a frame, using the building and then looking out at that view.
Mhm.
Then took this into Topaz to bring up the colors, the contrast a little bit in the stones, and then the detail a bit, and the brightened or blued the sky a little bit more.
Mhm. I'm wondering if either darkening the bricks or darkening the background just so they're not in the same tonal range might give you more.
Okay.
You know, that might help. I'm not sure which way to go. You could try either and see what
Either
happens.
way.
Kind of see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like the texture here. It's a little smoothness, and then you get all these little guys popping up.
Wonder what it would look like if it was black and white and
Mm.
I actually have done it in black and white also.
just in the window.
Hmm.
I'll leave the window in color. Yeah.
Oh,
or
hadn't
do
thought
a
about
sepia
that.
tone. Do a sepia
That would be
tone.
interesting.
Maybe a sepia tone or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could even do a duotone. Yeah, whatever you want to play with.
Yeah. I'll have to play with that.
Okay, well, my cursor at the next one, so I guess we're on.
This is El Tour to Tucson last Saturday, week ago Saturday.
All right.
I walked over to Continental, and so I just to try something different. So this group and the lighting this was 10 o'clock. Yeah, a little after 10 in the morning, so lighting was terrible. All of this, most of this is primarily done in Lightroom. And in the masking, I had it mask the subjects, and it actually grabbed all the writers. I was really surprised that it found all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So it let me adjust the exposure and everything and color on them, because otherwise they were all a bit shadowed, the faces and everything. So adjusted the colors on the riders, took it back away from the mask, and then adjusted the colors in the back a little bit. Played with the haze a little, but I liked the look in the far background, the haziness back there.
Mhm.
And then took it into Topaz just to bring some detail out.
Mhm.
I wonder about right at the top, bringing a linear gradient down a little bit just to darken the top edge there. Keep the
Okay.
blue and everything you've got, but gotta keep the eye within the middle.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What else do you think you would do?
Well, just use the linear gradient at the top to darken it down a ways.
Yeah. What do you think about that right side of the road? You think that needs to come down?
Yeah, I was looking at that and I
But
couldn't
right.
decide whether that would help or not.
Yeah, I would probably do 2 different masks.
2 different gradients.
Independently. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then subtract the the riders as objects so that they don't get disturbed.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
And then I haven't done any
Oh.
kind of panning work in years. So I was just playing.
That's nice effect though. Very
yes,
nice.
it is.
I was pleased considering again the lighting. Again, this is in with Lightroom. I had it the mask select the subject so that I could bring her out a little bit more. I mean, she's still got a lot of shadows on her, but it's definitely better than it was. Cropped it a little bit, brought the sky down because I had a lot more sky up there. Brought it to about the top of the CPAC buildings. And brought up the bottom a little bit too to take some of the road out, some of the markings on the road.
What's that vertical bar in the sky on the left? It's like darker
I
blue.
think it's probably, there may be,
Oh,
I don't know if
that's
there's a sign there. I
Yeah,
didn't see that one. I
one
took out another one, but I missed that one. I think it's just from the panning effect. Maybe there's something on CPAC there. I'm not sure.
Probably a pole.
It's in the
sign.
sky too, though.
Yeah,
I would just take it out of the sky.
sky.
And I wouldn't mess with the building because
Uh-huh.
nobody knows whether it's got that feature or not. So
Sure.
you know,
Yeah, I missed that one. There was one over on the
this guy here too.
that there. Yeah.
Try to
There
be-
was that vertical on to the right, and that I did take out, but I didn't see the one on the left.
Yeah, there's a couple of little guys here and there, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how she's so colorful and the background's so
Mhm.
muted.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and these wisps of motion going, and the fact there's
Mhm.
Oh, so what speed were you, how fast was this?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't think to look before I sent these, Alan, so I don't know.
I'm just curious. I've got one coming up here as well. I was just curious what.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I was going between all sorts of settings. I was doing aperture priority, I was doing speed priority, and then I was doing some manual shooting too. It was just with the way the sun was, I was just playing with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Because it was just so bright.
yeah. I think it's less than the 60th. But maybe not. Okay, nice.
Thanks.
We got rote memory on your penny. Okay, now Alan. It's,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was just really I took this yesterday, and I was just playing around with multiple images in camera, and I just went out. There's a new rose out in our backyard, and I just went out and took a bunch of shots of it, and it turned out kind of interesting. But when you bring it into Topaz and use some of the elements in there, it really changes things dramatically, and I kind of like this. It's just a different kind of look. So yeah.
almost like a little critter here, like a bird or something with an eye and a beak. Yeah.
There's about probably I set it up for about 4 images, I think, of this rose. So there's it within the camera, right? So you just take the photo, kept on taking the photo. So it's multiple images merged on top of each other in camera. So
Yeah.
Do you have control of pushing the shutter when you want to do it and shifting and composing?
Yep, you do. Yeah,
Do you see the previous one while you do
you
it?
do. Yeah, you get a ghosting of each one. Yeah,
I gotta try that on mine. I used to do it a
Kinda
lot
interesting.
on film where you had to guess where it was or remember it.
And that was partly the video that I was watching on it. I was watching something else. I had seen a feature on Olympus cameras where it kind of almost this guy was taking photos of a water droplet from a paddle going into the lake, and the feature in this camera, this Olympus camera, it's almost like it had a video of it, because as soon as he pressed the shutter, this camera was taking images, although he didn't see it. And then when he hit it, he got the one that he wanted. So it was
It's kind of like live viewing on your iPhone, but
yeah.
I think Nikon has that too, but I don't know if your model has that. But I remember reading something about it recently where they've added that.
I forget what they called it, but anyway, it was a cool effect. But
Sports shooters, because it as soon as you half press the shutter, it starts recording.
right,
Yeah, it's
I
kinda-
don't have that in my model, but
yeah, maybe it's something in a newer one. I don't know, but yeah, I like this multiple exposure. I've always been a fan of that. The color.
The only thing that bothers me are the 2 spots up near the top that it's like it's drawn circles around
yeah,
2 spots.
yeah. I don't know what that is. It may well be a little water droplet. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, this one you could probably tone down because it looks too prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
But
call.
it's amazing effect. It just never ceases to amaze me what you can get out of a photo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I went every time I go down to that pond, I get really lucky. I don't know why, but I do. It's this is at the Canoa Pond, and this is a great blue heron. And he was just kind of preening himself there, and it's a little bit different shot of what you would normally get of a heron. So here it is.
Were you there Saturday or Sunday?
I've been there a couple of days. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I was there Saturday afternoon, and he came in late in the day.
Yeah,
He's quite a character.
yeah.
He used to radar punts in the backyard too, but I'm glad he found a bigger one to play in.
A bigger pond. Yeah.
But yeah, he got 6 pretty good sized fish one night or early morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
It's same bird. He just flew across the pond, jumped on this fence. But what I liked about this was the background and his eye, the eye color in the background matching.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the the lead in on the fence there. So
I like the contrast between these rusty pipes too, and
yeah.
organic stuff going on here. It's real nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to move around to get the right kind of light, I guess, on them. So
yeah, and hope they're facing the direction you want.
so here's my panning shot, Kim.
There's your panning shot.
So I followed this guy up. This was quite a big pack, and because he's got this pink shirt on, it kind of stood out a little bit easier.
Oh, sure.
And I just followed him up through the pack, and I think this was at a 30th of a second. So, they weren't going super fast because they're going uphill.
Right, yeah. That's a climb on Continental.
It's a real climb. I've been at a bike race in Calgary where they're just going along a flat road in town, and there was, I don't know, maybe at least 50 cyclists, and you feel the draft that they create is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it with these guys. They weren't going fast enough. It was going faster.
Where were you at, Alan?
I was at the little roundabout,
Okay.
the Camino del Sol there. So
Yeah.
it was a good spot. It was because I was right in the middle. So
yeah.
I've actually
sure.
got some really good shots of them coming up the hill. So bunched in quite tight. So it shows as a pretty large group.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like the way this guy's coming out of the frame too. Okay.
Yeah. So I took this. I think it was last night or the night before, and this is made up of about eight or 10 images, all taken at different focus distances. So, and then they were just all merged on one on top of the other. So
you focus stacked it.
Focus stack.
yeah, focus stacking. Yeah.
Nice.
The only thing I didn't like about it is I like to have gotten a little bit more of the pond in it, but I really wanted that cactus in it as well. So yeah, I just like to light on it.
Wonder if you ought to open this dark up slightly because it's really stark.
Too much, yeah.
Just kind of bring up the shadow detail here.
Or clone some of that other stuff over it. Probably.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, let's just take a peek at if we just bring it up quickly. Sometimes it gets real hollow. Oh, this is pretty small. Let's see if we can work with it. Okay.
So I think by focus stacking like that, I think you get more depth in the image.
If you start painting and you notice it's not really strong, it means that your flow rate's down. I just changed it to 100% because I noticed it was a little weak, and now I'm gonna just kind of feather this down a little bit. Okay, now let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, that'll work.
There you go.
Nice.
Yep.
Now you see it.
Yeah,
Adds a little more interest.
Yeah,
yeah. Don't want to get too overbearing, but maybe just warm it up so it matches a little bit. Has a little cool in it. There you go.
That's good. I like that.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Have anybody else? Thanks, Alan.
You're welcome.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Well, I was at the pond too this week. I also was having some coffee on one of the mornings, and I had a glass of water sitting on the coffee table, and I noticed the light coming through it.
oh,
And it
Yeah.
was creating all these nice, well, when I used to do 3D, we call these caustic effects. I guess that's a physical term, but I was getting this prismatic breakout too, which
Yeah.
was really
Oh.
Looks
I got
like
it.
a flame.
yeah, so I got it real. Yeah, look, I really shot it. It was going sideways, but yeah, I thought it was like a flame, and the bottom of the glass looked like ice. So I've kind of flipped it around, made it kind of look like, ice and flame, or hot and cold, however you wanted to do it. So it was
huh.
oh, here's a closer version,
Wow.
but yeah, a real nice prismatic effect.
Mhm.
And then I was noticing the way the glass was working on the table, so I started playing around
Yeah.
with different
That's nice.
pieces of glass. Thanks.
Yeah, these are fun.
So I'm gonna do a triptych out of these three. This one
Okay.
and this one.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Next, this will be the center one, and then this will be on the
Did
right.
you distort that at all, or you just?
Oh, this is all just straight. And these are all iPhone shots, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So let me just go back here. Maybe I can get them all up at the same time. Let's see here. I think I can do that. Yeah. There you go. So that's kind of the way I was envisioning it. Is it
Bless you.
yeah.
Very nice.
Thanks. And yeah, I was over on the way to the pond. And this guy was sitting up on one of the telephone poles just before we
Yeah.
got. I don't know if that's Cooper's hawk or.
It's a red tail.
Red
Red
tail,
tail.
look at
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Boy, I was gonna say hares, but no.
No,
Tail. Yeah.
that's a red tail. They're bigger than the Harris.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Much bigger than the Coopers.
And you can tell by the light, I was getting there probably 3:30, 4 o'clock. So
Nice light. Yeah.
Mm,
Beautiful
yeah.
light in his eye. Hmm.
I kind of like the man-made
Mhm.
against the organic. It's kind of fun.
He's looking like he's frowning at that electricity.
Well, he was facing the other way, and then as I was getting ready to leave, he decided to turn around and check me out. So I took this shot.
Hard to get a good shot of them. They're really shy of people.
Yeah, especially when they're facing the wrong way. So there's my
Oh, nice.
encounter with the heron.
I like that.
Nice light going through his bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's blue and warm colors.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I love the shadow detail quite a bit on this one. It was pretty knocked down.
Against the sun.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I got him.
oh,
Fishing, huh?
He didn't come up with anything, but I like the splash.
Made an effort though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. I like it.
Do they stock fish in there for the birds?
I don't know. Well, Alan had a shot of him with a goldfish. I guess some people leave their fish there when they go home. I used to do that over at the Canoa Ranch Resort. When we'd leave for the season, we took all our fish and dump them there. But, yeah, that was before the Canoa Ranch proper opened up and redid their pond there. But yeah, this was much later. This was almost like around 5. The sun was just about gone.
Yeah, beautiful gold tones in the water. Is that from the trees or?
Yeah.
Trees and sun and yeah, reflections of the tree and reflections of the sky and maybe.
And you said this was late afternoon, Sandy?
Yeah, this is probably 5:30, and then this is probably from either the pilings or part of the building in the back. I can't tell. Yeah, this one you can definitely see the building.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of fun.
Colors are beautiful.
No, thanks. Yeah, that's it on that one. Yeah, so turned out to be a good day. I haven't been over there in a while.
Seems like you can't miss.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just put this away and stop sharing. Okay, so that was pretty good. Nice group of pictures. Thanks, guys.